when you're a black man in America, you gotta make something out of nothing, baby. You gotta wiggle, you gotta move, you gotta finesse, you gotta tap in. That part. Gold chains, heads wrapped like a Saudi, tap in with the lokes. We the black Illuminati, we be posted at Leimert Park, hustling, catching bodies. A dripping OT, thirsty peaches flew to Saudi. Money schemes, my niggas had dreams of riding Bugattis. Now it's 4-finger rings, supreme, with kings around me. Watch me turn the metaphysical to physical. It's not just lyrical, it's literal. These guns get rid of you, this spiritual. Spit out, let drip off a nigga lip, but get up in you and rip you up like 100 hollow tips. Bismillah, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Elijah Muhammadeen. Had a dream last night on some other shit. Huricane and Malcolm X pulled up in the mothership. Talking about UFOs, black kings and queens that was rich as fuck, swimming in pools of gold. But niggas like you don't wanna hear that though. You were descended of one of them snitches or dudes that told the white man about all the fucking Jews and gold. And that's how everybody in the crew got sold. Fucking blabber mouth, I don't like his type. Pull that ratchet out, we tapping in. All these bitch niggas doing is tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out. Gold chains, heads wrapped like a Saudi, tap in with the lokes. We the black Illuminati.
So you see that one? Yeah.
Oh, we back at it. Yeah.
That's that one, yeah. Back at it. In the hood entertainment, you feel me?
Night, man.
That part.
You never know what's gonna bring.
See, I ain't know if it's in the hood music, in the hood clothes, that's where they go. In the hood entertainment. It's in the hood entertainment.
It's everything.
Peace to the divine family. It's going down out here. You know, now that Crip has spread worldwide and Jesus has spread all worldwide, you know, this is bigger than me. So I gotta let everybody know that right now we are experiencing a category I don't even know in LA hurricane. Now, Crip Jesus, me being Crip Jesus, having traveled to all four corners of North America, I've been in Hurricane Ida. I've been in some crazy ones. So, you know, my opinion matters. And I can tell you that there has not been a hurricane to hit California since, like, before I was born. There hasn't been this right here, this level right here, a hurricane, since 1939. 1939. So do you think this is a sign of the times, or do you think the government's playing with the weather? I gotta let me know down in the comments, man, what y'all think. Do y'all think this is a sign of the times that Mother Nature, Allah, is doing this? Or do you think this is the government? You know what I mean? Let me know how y'all feeling down there. 30 seconds. Okay, so let me let y'all in on the conversation I was having on Spider-Loke's show earlier about this. Oh, they have the government actually has already admitted this. They have a certain technology called HAARP, HAARP.
Oh, I said HARR, HAARP.
I may be wrong too. You know what I mean?
Okay, it's one of those.
Yeah, it's one of the other for sure. I'm not like sitting down, breaking it down all day. And this is why though, right? Me being the 5%er, you know what I mean? When I was studying with Supreme Understanding Allah, we was breaking down how we kind of more amazed by that because of how we was raised to not even think about that type of thing. But if you think about back in the hundreds of years ago or thousands of years ago, when you see the Indian dude, ooh, wah, 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 ooh, wah, wah, wah. if you take all that light and all that bullshit we got in the air right now, all right, niggas will actually go on the mountain and try to cause enough commotion to shake a cloud. You feel me? They think if they could yell directly, you feel what I'm saying, and vibrate that motherfucker. So this concept of manipulating nature to get a certain reaction has been there, but however, you know, too much of anything ain't good. You feel what I'm saying? So just like with sugar, or when you take the coca leaf and make it some powder, or when you know what I'm saying, when you get to fucking with it. So that's what the harp is now. They didn't went to the point, bro, where they even got something called chemtrails, where they got these. So, do any of y'all know about the chemtrails they put up in the air? You know what I'm saying? Holler at me down in the comments. Don't be scared. You know what I mean? Let's interact, man, because the government is up here playing with the air and the ground. We just had an earthquake. That's right. So California is in the middle of a hurricane, and in LA, I don't know, you know, I can't say earthquake for the whole California, you know what I mean? But for LA, we just had an earthquake like 2 minutes ago. So, you know, y'all can holler me down in the comments. You know, it's the two questions up here. Do y'all think this is a sign of the times? Y'all think this is the government doing this? Also, do any of y'all know about chemtrails? In the meantime, let me hit y'all with some of this music. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all haven't seen certain videos or heard certain songs. So let me tap y'all in while we get to the weather, man. The first hurricane to hit California since 1939. Hurricane Hilary versus Crip Jesus. Hey, Zeus. We go all the way through. That's what I'm saying. Migo. Hey. It's all hood politics, acknowledge it. These niggas ain't graduate from no colleges in Hollywood. All these rappers selling they soul. Finger in the booty hole, these niggas Marilyn Monroe. Ray pride, gay pride, fuck us up with that. I thought I saw a gang with 6ix9ine, I had to double back. Hold up, look, that's that nigga whack. Damn, that shit was whack. You know real niggas never feel you in the trap. How you say you blood, stab the bloods in the back and give a voice to a fake blood, nigga, that's a rat. And he told on niggas wear the same color flag. And now YG doing videos of drag. You know it's all bad when you listening to rap and you gotta hear a bunch of niggas snitch between the ads. Oh, man. Alright, I told him take all my jewelry, clothes and guns and let me fast for 40 days by my lonely. We the 5% of the 5%, we the only ones. Lil Jamar told Vlad to his face that we the chosen ones. I shouted out Huricane right there on no jumper, cuz owe me one. I'm Joseph's son, I'm Mansa Musa. I'm the one that set it up, the driver and the shooter. Crip Jesus make the trap say hallelujah. Rest in peace Raymond Washington, free Larry Hoover. It's all hood politics, acknowledge it. These niggas ain't graduate from no colleges, play ball for no scholarships, read books by Malcolm X. I gotta reach them and teach us what the teachers didn't teach them. The lost tribe of Jesus. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We the lost tribe of Jesus. Israel Muslim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'm him. Let's go. I'm not playing no games, man. This is really happening. This is not entertainment. This is live, happening in real time. We got the first hurricane since 1939 going down right now in California. And that's why I tell y'all, you know what I'm saying, out here in Southern Cali. Oh, wait. Pardon yourself. Hold on. We got some answers. Chiquita Hamilton said, I learned about chemtrails through Dick Gregory, and then later I heard Prince talking about it, but they have been spraying that air for years and manipulating the weather. Alhamdulillah, speak the truth, shame the devil. Come on. Salute to the family, Bronx, flat power God. Yes. So, you know, the family know the truth, you know. We ain't playing out here. We know what's going on. The question is, do you know what's going on? So don't deny us. It's not time for the division. We need unity right now, baby. Crips need Jesus too.
We was praying to the trap God. Like, tell me what is we to do? Shit, Crips need Jesus too. Standing on the block with a pocket full of work. Every Sunday, cause I never go to church. We was praying to the trap God. Like, tell me what is we to do? Shit, Crips need Jesus too. Standing on the block with a pocket full of work. Every Sunday, cause I never go to church, It feels like I'm on the sands of Egypt, just landed in Milan. Tell these hoes get down, kiss the ring of the dawn. Blue rag wrapped around my holy Quran. I was 17 with a $4 million bond. How you niggas gon' save my life? Ain't a movie, nigga. You see this Uzi, nigga. You see these yellow hoes that keep giving me throw while I count dough in these jacuzzis, nigga. Add that shit up, yeah, this real math. Damn, I wish they free my nigga Skillcraft. I was just sitting on the bump. The homie got life, I'm counting my last month. Thank the trap god. Like, tell me what is we to do? Shit, Crips need Jesus too. Standing on the block with a pocket full of work. Every Sunday, cause I never go to church, We was praying to the trap god. Like, tell me what is we to do? Shit, Crips need Jesus too. Standing on the block with a pocket full of work. Every Sunday, cause I never go to church, It feel like I'm on the sands of Egypt, just landed in Milan. Like, tell me what is we to
to flooding. So additional information. To the local media, officials, emergency public information can be found on our city's @Unified LA account, social media updates for emergency public information throughout the duration of this storm event. A list of fire stations with sandbags and sand is being updated on a regular basis at lafd.org/news. These supplies will be replenished on an ongoing basis. So far, heading into one of these locations, so make sure you check online prior to going because it is a moving target in regard to the amount of sand and sandbags that we can supply. As many of you are aware, in addition to our storm, we have experienced an earthquake at 2:41 p.m. centered in the city of Ojai in the Ventura County. Our fire department did initiate our earthquake mode, which prompts all of our fire station resources to conduct a survey by land, air, and sea, in which they will look at their individual districts to identify any potential threats or infrastructure issues. As of now, we have received no reports of any significant damage. So thank you to Mayor Bass for her leadership, and thank you to all of the city departments. We're working very, very hard to ensure that we provide our services to the city. Thank you to the elected officials as well as our state and county partners for their collaboration, support, and to make sure that we continue to ensure the services to our local area in Los Angeles. And as the storm approaches this evening, we continue to encourage you to stay informed, stay home, and also stay safe. Now I'll turn it over to the chair of LA County Board of Supervisors, Supervisor Janice Hahn.
Thank you, Chief, and thank you, Mayor Bass. I am Los Angeles County Supervisor Janice Hahn. I'm currently the chair of the LA County Board of Supervisors, and I know that for the last 3 days, it's been nonstop preparation between the city of Los Angeles and the county of Los Angeles. This is an all hands on deck approach, and I'm thankful for my partnership with Mayor Bass and the city of Los Angeles in getting the word out to all of our residents. We're also looking to continue to do this throughout the weekend. This morning, I signed our emergency declaration for Los Angeles County. And that means that we've activated the full extent of emergency powers for life and property. And critically, it means that we're signaling to the state and the federal agencies that LA County is ready to accept any assistance that they can give. And I know we have the full support of our governor. And I wrote this before I knew you were going to be here. Yesterday, Governor Newsom issued a declaration of emergency for all the areas in Southern California that are in Hilary's path. Meanwhile, our LA County departments have already taken critical measures to protect residents. LA County Public Health has issued a warning. People should stay out of the water in our beaches for 72 hours. And I know it's human nature to want to go and see this storm, see the swells and the rain, but it is not safe to be along our coastal areas. And our LA County parks will be closed. And our LA County libraries are also going to be closed. We have also been proactively working to make sure that vulnerable communities remain safe. And I know many people are concerned about our unhoused residents. Well before this storm, LA County teams from our homeless initiative have been doing face-to-face outreach, going encampment by encampment, tent by tent, and moving individuals away from the flood control channels and onto higher ground. Our Parks Department has opened a shelter at Pamela Park in the city of Duarte. And our homeless initiative have also augmented the winter shelter system. So if you're watching this and you need somewhere to go or know someone who does, this may be an option. And in the county, call 211. I know in the city, you dial 311. But for those of you not in the city, dial 311. Another area of concern for, I think, all of us has been Catalina Island. And this afternoon, the last boat from Avalon to the mainland to Long Beach and San Pedro ports left the island. I've been in touch with
My bad, y'all. Okay, now listen. Catalina Island is about to, there's a little island right off of the coast right here, Los Angeles, called Catalina Island. They're still sending boats out there. I think the last one is now. So the hurricane hasn't got nowhere near as crazy as we see usually down south on the East Coast. But, however, Los Angeles has almost 100,000 homeless people, like literally just wandering around. And they're getting flooded out right now. And they're not even used to this. I'm going to tell you, it was so sunny and the weather was so bomb yesterday. People were outside just having fun. So a lot of the homeless are just walking around like looking crazy right now. You feel me? Yeah, so it's wild. The sun energy is great. Yeah, where are you at, Angel Q? Where are you at where the sun energy is great? Because over here, it's like chaka chaka chaka. It's going crazy on me. You feel me? I'm not tripping, I'm kind of just, alhamdulillah, that's the type of vibe I'm on.
Peace, God.
Salam alaikum wa alaikum salam. Rahmanullah, shama lama lama.
Like so wild, sir. Where we
Yes,
headed?
I heard they have subways here in LA.
In
similar
LA?
to New York.
Nigga, this is the West Coast. Ain't no subways out here.
Oh, cuz let Crip Jesus lead you the way.
All praises due to the blue guys. It's that real hip hop shit. It's that real grip hop shit. Fuck around and see this clip pop quick. It's the motherfucking CRIPJESUS, the God in the flesh, I confess. Walk from Japan to Tibet, then to the west. I settled down in the set. It's on my chest. Tatted the big bad F to death. In retrospect, I really was the best. Went to war with Japheth in Jerusalem. Right there in Morocco, with Mansa Musa in them. I empty the clip, reload and get the shooting again. Like fuck the cops, we on the block with the Uzi again. With Tutu and them on the 11th Ave. No, I had to take it back. The 04 when nigga snatch a nigga out his paper racks. And for the chain, shit, a nigga might break your neck. And people tired of living month to month, broken, saving checks. And money ain't worth the paper, it get printed on. My hands so big, I can't fit my fitted on. I get it on, run up on me, nigga, and get shitted on. Raindrops as you stare up from beneath the throne. Like Bismillah, it's the spirit of the hustle. Nipsey home. I might walk down the Slauson right now and put the 60s on. Why, nigga? That's the type of shit we on. From the hundreds to the 3-0, we told big guns, we smoke. Nemo, find me like Nemo. Keep though in the Jabos and the Avisos. There's none equal. My firearms illegal. If history is his story, the mystery is my story, nigga. And the mystery is 2,000 years ago, this nigga told y'all was God. Y'all motherfuckers still ain't woke up. Fuck it, peace to the guy. I'm about to bring my nigga to Smack you niggas about your motherfucking big black ass, dumb ass head.
Peace to the God, to the sun, moon, and stars. Yeah. Peace to the God. What up, look, hey yo, I'm a bad boy, live by bad boy rules. Family man carry toes like Rambo do. I got a lot to do. You can rendezvous with Craig, Mac, B.I.G. and Macro. Whoa, tell me where the love go. Love connection, love love be faking in the motherfucking TV show. Like action cameras too. Did the impossible. I walked around LA like Jesus in Jerusalem. Crips need Jesus too. Bloods need Jesus too. God told me to rap my ass off. What'd he say to you? Snoop told his baby boo. Wayne told baby too. Twist told Timberland, Magoo, and DJ Clue. I said I rap my ass off. I think I need a BBL. Drive to your city. I don't need me a CDL. Shit, grab a ticket. It's a show. If you see me fail, morning call your doctor and tell him you ain't seeing well. Damn, what the fuck though? Tell me where the love go. If you out cruising, pull up on you like a tugboat. 5, 4, 3, 2. I let it all go. Get clipped in LA if you brave like Buffalo.
Let's go. Press play on that motherfucker, cuz. Yeah, keep all this shit, nigga. This nigga ain't pressing play, yeah.
Peace to the God, to the sun, moon, and stars. Peace to the God, to the sun, moon, and stars. Peace to the God, to the sun, moon, and stars. Peace to the God, to the sun, moon, and stars. Peace to the God, to the sun, moon, and stars. Peace to the God, to the sun, moon, and stars. Peace to the God, to the sun, moon, and stars.
Peace to the guys, to the sun, moon, and stars. So, you know, harp is a hell of a technology, but that's why Crip Jesus came here to raise the vibration. Don't be scared. Don't be scared at all. You know what I'm saying? Because look, check this out. For those that missed this, a lot of people coming and going out the room. So let me let y'all know. I was on Spider Lope Live earlier, and this is what we was breaking down the science right here. The government actually has already admitted this. They have a certain technology called HARP, HAARP.
Oh, I said HARR, HAARP.
I may be wrong too. You know what I mean?
Okay, it's one of those.
Yeah, it's one of the other for sure. I'm not like sitting down, breaking it down all day. And this is why though, right? Me being the 5%er, you know what I mean? When I was studying with Supreme Understanding Out Loud, we was breaking down how we kind of more amazed by that because of how we was raised to not even think about that type of thing. But if you think about back in the hundreds of years ago or thousands of years ago, when you see the Indian dude, ooh, wah, 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 ooh, wah, wah, wah. If you take all that light and all that bullshit we got in the air right now, right, niggas will actually go on the mountain and try to cause enough commotion to shake a cloud. You feel me? They think if they could yell directly, you feel what I'm saying, and vibrate that motherfucker. So this concept of manipulating nature to get a certain reaction has been there, but however, you know, too much anything ain't good. You feel what I'm saying? So just like with sugar, or when you take the coca leaf and make it some powder, or when you know what I'm saying, when you get to fucking with it. So that's what the harp is now. They didn't went to the point, bro, where they even got something called chemtrails, where they got the chemtrails. So it's like the sister broke down earlier, you know, she even got to watch out when she go outside because she know the air is tampered with. And that's why in these days and times where they got crazy stuff they putting in your children's classroom and crazy stuff they putting in the air and crazy stuff they putting in the food, you got to watch everything. That's why me and Dr. Inky gonna come with that new book, that PPP. That's pork, representing all the food, porn, representing all this crazy entertainment, and pills, representing all the nasty, crazy medicines. These are the 3 ways that they infiltrate the original people's bloodline. You feel what I'm saying? And with that being said, you might want to come to cripjesus.com. All my links is there. Whether you want to listen to me on Tidal, Spotify, Apple, you want to go to the the social media, all that, it's all right there at cripjesus.com. You feel what I'm saying? If you just want to tap in with me directly, go to Instagram at HOLYCRIPJESUS, or you can go to Twitter at CRIPJESUSBLUGOD. All right? And peace to the Divine Family. Let's see what they up here talking about. All right. Angel Q want to build. He said, this BS weather is to lower our vibration, to control us through fear. Word is bond. We ain't gonna let them control nothing. That's right. Word is bond. Feel me? The Black Illuminati tapping in. Salute. Nitro G's. We gotta get that video done, God. Let's get it. Let's get back to seeing what it is, what's going on out here. Feel me? Hold on. You turn it back on.
Of that island and tourists alike to leave and come to the mainland.
The center is currently just north of the Mexico border. And with this storm, we have been advertising heavy rains, gusty winds, and thunderstorms. As you know, we have a tropical storm warning in effect. And because of the faster speeds of the motion of the storm, it means that the storm has less time to weaken by the time it gets here. It also means that the peak of the rainfall could be earlier. So right now, for the peak, we're looking at somewhere from now until 9 p.m. for the peak rainfall for LA, the LA basin. And with that, we have had 1 inch of rain approximately over the LA basin already. And we're expecting at least a couple more inches over the area. For the winds, we're also expecting significant winds with this storm. This is going to look a little bit like a Santa Ana wind event. However, it will be wet. So the winds will be north to northeast, 30 to 50 miles an hour for coasts and valleys. And it's really mostly those higher winds are going to affect the north to northeast exposed areas. So if you're in Santa Ana wind prone area, expect to see some winds with this. We're expecting stronger winds in the mountains with wind speeds from 50 to 60 miles per hour or higher. We can also see thunderstorms with this storm system, expecting thunderstorms embedded in the rain bands. And with any storm that forms, you can see locally heavy downpours and local erratic gusty winds. And those gusty winds could be from 30 to 50 miles an hour and possibly could be damaging in some locations. So we still have that tropical storm warning in effect. We have a flash flood warning in effect for LA County, and that's to 7:45 p.m. tonight. And then we also have our flood watch is ongoing, and that goes until 10 a.m. on Monday. And looking into tonight for the forecast, we're expecting showers going into tonight and then into Monday, tapering off into the afternoon. That's all I have. Thank you so much.
President of the Los Angeles City Council, Paul Krikorian, and let me acknowledge the Chief of the Los Angeles Police Department, Michael Moore.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Once again today, Los Angeles has been tested. And once again today, so far, Los Angeles is passing that test with flying colors. We're used to responding to emergencies here. And in this emergency, our response has been effective and seamless, thanks in large measure to the extraordinary men and women of the Los Angeles Fire Department, the Los Angeles Police Department, and our Emergency Management Department. And on behalf of everyone in Los Angeles, I want to thank each and every one of them for keeping us safe throughout this emergency. But it's important to remember, too, that our other city departments are first responders when we have emergencies. And whether it's the men and women of the Department of Water and Power or the Department of Transportation or the various bureaus of our Department of Public Works or our Recreation and Parks Department, throughout this city, right now as we speak, there are public employees out putting themselves at risk in order to ensure that the rest of us can stay safe. And again, we're grateful to each and every one of them for putting their lives on hold right now to keep the rest of us safe. I've been in contact this morning with all of the members of the City Council. Every one of them is monitoring the condition in their district, reaching out to neighborhoods and organizations in their district to ensure that if there are localized issues, we have the resources available to respond to them. And I'm pleased to say that so far the reports that I've gotten back from all of the members is that things are holding up well so far. But as we just heard, that could change. And so to everyone at home who's watching this, please remember that as all of your city employees are putting themselves at risk to keep us safe, you need to do your part too. If you don't need to be on the road, please don't be on the road. If you see anything, whether it's a fallen tree branch or a fallen power line, please report it immediately. If it's a fallen power line, call 911. If it's a fallen tree limb or some other situation like that, you can call 311. We need to know what's happening in your neighborhood so we can help respond immediately. And I just want to say too, Los Angeles is at its best when we work together, when we look out for our neighbors, when we look out for each other as one family. And I'm so honored to be a part of this city family under Mayor Bass's leadership, which has responded so effectively today. And equally, I'm so pleased that we're joined by Supervisor Hahn, and we know that working together with the county and working together with the state of California, and we're honored to have Governor Newsom here, we can get through any emergency and any catastrophe as long as we're all working together, which we are. So thank you very much. And Mayor, thank you for your leadership.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. The governor of the great state of California, Gavin Newsom.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you, Mr. President, Supervisor, Mr. Superintendent, Sheriff, Chief, thank you for the privilege of time. As the supervisor said, I was not intending to walk in on a press conference, your press conference. I had the intention of doing what I've done for much of the day and over the last few days, and that was to visit, to check in, to listen, to learn, and to offer the support of the state. I've had the privilege of doing that today from the border down in National City. I had the privilege of being there yesterday with the convoy, hundreds of National Guards men and women, 350 that were deployed to 11 counties throughout the region. I had the opportunity to spend time with Mayor Bass's colleagues down in San Diego and elsewhere, talking about their efforts, and moved our way up to meet with farm workers that were just worried, not about the weather, but about the fact they didn't get a day of pay because they were asked not to work out in the Marietta, Temecula area, meeting with outreach workers in Paris, California. I just had the opportunity as well to be with the sheriff at San Bernardino. I drove over here and watched 3 accidents on the freeway. Quite literally, one in front of us by about 30 yards, a pickup truck. And so, Mr. President, I appreciate your comments about common sense. Just do your best. Be safe. If you don't have an essential reason to be out there, don't. And, if you're passing the CHP, which I was with, maybe you want to slow down, which was the incident that marks my consciousness here today. But it's also a marked conscious in this respect, how proud I am of all the leaders that are assembled here today. You got pros. You got folks that have reps. We were just out here how many months ago? With all those rain bombs and atmospheric rivers, in December, January, February, March. I think there's an old ancient curse that loosely is translated, say, may you live in interesting times. Certainly interesting times. Tornadoes, lightning strikes. I've got CAL FIRE worried about wildfires because of the winds, not just the tornadoes. Walk out of the OES, the Office of Emergency Services in San Bernardino, check my phone and learn about an earthquake that originally came in at 6.0, appears to be close to 5.1. There were over 13 aftershocks just in the drive over in the Ventura region. These are certainly interesting times. That was punctuated by a call just an hour or so ago from Nevada. The president, unsurprisingly, checking in, comparing and contrasting the work we're doing here and the support. I want you to know how grateful the president is, and I am, for this local support you're providing the people of Hawaii and Maui, and the 100+ personnel that we've sent over to Maui as well, complementing this extraordinary mutual aid system that is just best in class, does not exist at this scale anywhere else in the country. And I would argue around the globe, and I don't say that lightly, because people travel around the world to learn about this system of mutual aid. 7,500 people the state has pre-deployed. 3,904 CHP, over 2,000 Caltrans officials. We just brought down last few hours some of our engineers from Northern California, Southern California, that will do inspections around bridges so that we can more quickly open up and recover. None of us, including the superintendent and the comments he made, are naive about the nature of where we may be this time tomorrow. You know, this is not a permanent state. And so people are going to look forward to getting back, and we have to make sure they get back, but they're safe. And so enormous amount of work that needs to be done in that respect as well. Final point. While we have 7,500 personnel situated throughout Southern California, and we put forward that emergency declaration, localism is determinative. And localism is not just local elected officials and those first responders, but it's neighbors helping neighbors, checking in on seniors, checking in on the most vulnerable, making sure those that are underserved and under resources know what's going on and know what to expect. We're just walking into this. I left, and I'll close. I left from Palm Springs at City Hall, meeting with the mayor and others. They wanted to drop in the sky, coming from the sky. As soon as we got up to San Bernardino, they reported flooding at that same site and the most significant rainfall over a 60-minute period anytime in the history of Palm Springs. That's how quickly the system is moving. Take nothing for granted. If you think, boy, the skies are clear and I can go out on a long jog or walk, just be cautious. Wait till this time tomorrow night to consider that. And so let me, again, thank you all for your consideration, the privilege of the opportunity to share.
So for all my people out there who, because I've seen some people leave some comments. So for those that don't understand what's being explained, he just said that there's been a earthquake, a bunch of aftershocks, a whole lot of rain. He just was describing weather and tornadoes and all that was going on down here throughout December, January, February, and March. So he's telling you how it's very interesting times. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Build degree to 1 through 10. Yeah. So let's talk about build degree though. Do you know what the Son of Man is into out here? All type of devilishment. You feel what I'm saying? Me and Dominic talk about this all the time, how right now, you know, the messenger already said due to the all the chaos in California, you know, I only want to say what he said. You know, he already talked about that San Andrea, you know, but even if this is not that, it's still a result of the chaos. And you know, somebody pointed out something. She said, Crip, I feel like your energy is off. You're running on low vibration. What's up? What's going on? You're not on your high vibrations like you usually be. What's up? Well, you know, let's turn up then. Come on.
You going freeze?
Send my OT niggas packs of cookies, buzz on buff like Tookie. Niggas pussy, I can't bring my pistol, tell them they can't book me. Niggas scary, playing Tommy Jerry, all on IG woofing. Yeah, it's peace, but I'm still in these streets. I'm a holy hustler, they want beef, I ain't no veggie guy. You know I'm a cookie, I'm Crip Jesus. Yeah, I know you heard about me, I'm the future. This ain't music, it's the scriptures to the last tribe of the killers, the gutter, the Naga tribe of the real niggas. Call the case, right in California place. Y80 out of state, call my plug, salam alaikum. Niggas, time for reparations. You stay safe, we staying dangerous. Dedicated to paper chasing, that's just how our OGs raised. I'm the one in the garden that made Eve eat the apple. I'm big slime, I slime your mama if I have to. Niggas ain't outside, they in the house playing with vacuums. Better not go live before we slide and we come catch you. I'm the one in the garden that made Eve eat the apple. I'm big slime, I slime your mama if I have to. Niggas ain't outside, they in the house playing with vacuums. Better not go live before we slide and we come catch you. Like Wu-Tang mixed with Nipsey, kept with more bodies, more blickies. I tap in with G, body get you bodied in 6 minutes. Dress up like Jehovah's Witness, knock on your door and go vicious. No, I came up out the trenches, running from pigs, hitting fences. We descendants of the dinosaurs and lizards, made through the storms and blizzards, surrounded by all my killers. They trapped us all in these prisons. We illuminated all the killers, initiated inside the buildings. We Rastafari and niggas. Selassie, I'm the one in the garden that made Eve eat the apple. I'm big slime, I slime your mama if I have to. Niggas ain't outside, they in the house playing with vacuums. Better not go lie before we slide and we come catch you. I'm the one in the garden that made Eve eat the apple. I'm big slime, I slime your mama if I have to. Niggas ain't outside, they in the house playing with vacuums. Better not go lie before we slide and we come catch you.
Peace to bronze, flat power to God. I think my energy's turning back up a little bit. What you think, Chiquita? You think my energy turning back up a little bit? Hold on. Oh, you ain't saying nothing now. Huh? Let's turn up a little bit more then. Come on.
Now tell me who wanna fuck with us. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, we bang. That big bad Crip gang, nigga. Fuck all these bums stuck in the district, and we don't do cameras over here, daddy, that's snitching. Somebody should've told niggas, yeah, who really run the streets, who really be OT. Bitch, I got dope like Tootie Reese. Niggas better ask T4 about me. 03, Crip Jesus, Last Supper, let's feast. Niggas lukewarm in the streets, they really no bodies. They ain't got no bodies, I'm mob, I'm so gaudy. F's all over my body, I'm 50 down to the flow. These niggas be jealous, they bitches chose. Let my money talk for me, I don't do the rah-rah. Let my gun talk for me, blah blah blah. Laughing to the bank, nigga, ha-ha. Niggas always saying they got, bitch, I'm Allah. Niggas caught me slipping at the barbershop. I should've murdered everybody in the parking lot. But they had cameras out and niggas talk a lot. I like the etch a sketch with the tech, chalk them out.
Me know them no want no problem, them boy bring a camera, cause they no dangerous. Them man them no want no problem, them boy bring a camera, they know we dangerous. Swing, shibbity bubbly, shibbity bubbly, shibbity bubbly, 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 shibbity bubbly, shibbity bubbly, whoa. Swing, shibbity bubbly, 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 like Chris on the figure roll, bubbly, 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 shabba, dabba, gabba, gabba, dabba, on your mama, your face, nigga, whoa. On hood, ha.
As you have been, and as intentional as you've been, people expect nothing.
During this press conference, even he seemed surprised to be stumbling upon this. And this is after the governor did issue a state of emergency yesterday for the southern part of California. Again, we're dealing with a very rare weather event when it comes to the western United States. And the fact that hurricanes, tropical storms, not a big occurrence in that area. And then another thing that we continue to track that the mayor of Los Angeles also touched on was the fact that an earthquake also struck California just about an hour ago. So a lot of things that we are keeping track of. But we did speak with the National Weather Service over in San Diego in regards to that earthquake and also Tropical Storm Hilary. Of course, the two events not correlated. Earthquakes happen during any type of weather, but that is a question that we did want to answer for many of our viewers. As this update continues in Spanish, going to take a couple of live looks there. Two of those you see on your screen right now, actually, this one courtesy of our partners over at EarthCam. We have been tracking this camera all day as we continue to see how the weather conditions develop throughout the day today, but definitely a very similar sight across California, at least with the cameras that we do have access to here at Live Now from Fox. So this, courtesy of EarthCam, Port of LA. This is a live look right now. Very gray, overcast. It seems that it's still raining. You can see the raindrops on the lens of the camera here. We also have a live look that we've been watching out of Catalina Island. So this one also the mayor of LA touched up on because she has been working closely with the mayor over in this area, just trying to get a bunch of tourists out of that island and onto the mainland. All those efforts part of this tropical storm prep that a lot of first responders and different law enforcement agencies and also different government officials have been working together to make sure that people get past this event as safely as possible. We know that they have been warning people on the flash flooding that could potentially hit California as that rain continues to downpour. We heard from the National Weather Service during that press conference that we had been carrying here, talking about the fact that the peak of the rain is ongoing, happening right now, and it's expected to last until 9 p.m. tonight. That's West Coast time. We also heard that schools will be canceled tomorrow in much of LA, considering the tropical storm that's hitting. Now, that's something that is very common, especially during tropical storms, hurricanes. Being from South Florida, a place that does deal with hurricanes a lot, it is common to cancel that, especially when it comes to bus drivers that have to drive in the early morning, sometimes when some of that severe weather really hits in that area. We also have a live look here. This was pointed to Santa Monica Beach earlier, but now we're taking a better look at the downtown area over there. And you can just see the camera really shaking with this live look. Powerful winds expected to hit California along with this tropical storm. Just check that out. Completely shaking there. So flash flooding, a big downpour, and also strong winds. All things that people in California are looking out for right now as Tropical Storm Hilary continues to move in. And it's not just California that's going to be affected by this. We know that some other western states, more inland, including Nevada, Arizona, also going to be feeling the effects of Hilary, especially when it comes to flash flooding. It is a top concern. We know that flooding is one of the leading causes of death when you see a severe weather event like this. It may be now that we are back to the English portion of this press. So I'm going to go ahead and take it and just listen in for a moment with you guys just to hear where we're at.
Great men and women of law enforcement, fire departments, first responders across our community, and my own.
Okay, so look, man. Now that we got people in here a little active in the comments, I'm going to ask y'all again. Peace to the divine family. Do y'all feel like this is a sign of the times? Or do y'all feel like this is the government manipulating? Or, no, ain't no other or. It's either or. Go on, answer. You can answer how you want to, but those are the two options I'm giving you. Do you feel like this is the government manipulating the weather? Or do you feel like this is a sign of the times? This is what was already written, and this is nature. This is a reflection of the chaos that's going on amongst us. What is it? 30 seconds. All right. Chiquita said both. Yeah. But the guy said it's all caused by the Son of Man. Okay. So that would be kind of like both though, right, guy? It's us and it's the ones that we created that's manipulating. Well, I'm going to go with the guy. It's all caused by the Son of Man. You know, this chaos was written already. So with that, let's reactivate the Black Illuminati. Come on, go.
You know, when you're a black man in America, you gotta make something out of nothing, baby. You gotta wiggle, you gotta move, you gotta finesse, you gotta tap in. That part. Gold chains, heads wrapped like a Saudi. Tap in with the lokes. We the Black Illuminati. We be posted at Lamert Park, hustling, catching bodies. A dripping OT. Thirsty peaches flew to Saudi. Money schemes, my niggas had dreams of riding Bugattis. Now it's 4-finger rings supreme with kings around me. Watch me turn the metaphysical to physical. It's not just lyrical, it's literal. These guns get rid of you, this spiritual. Spit out, let drip off a nigga lip, or get up in you and rip you up like 100 hollow tips. Bismillah, Iraq, Rahim. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Elijah Muhammadeen. Had a dream last night on some other shit. Huricane and Malcolm X pulled up in the mothership. Talking about UFOs, black kings and queens that was rich as fuck, swimming in pools of gold. But niggas like you don't wanna hear that though. You were descended of one of them snitches or dudes that told the white man about all the fucking Jews and gold. And that's how everybody in the crew got sold. Fucking blabber mouth, I don't like his type. Pull that ratchet out, we tapping in. All these bitch niggas doing is tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out. Gold chains, heads wrapped like a Saudi. Tap in with the lokes, with the black Illuminati.
So you see that one? Yeah.
Oh, we back at it.
That's that one, yeah. Back at it, in the hood entertainment, you feel me?
Night, man.
That part.
You never know what's gonna bring.
See, I ain't know if it's in the hood music, in the hood clothes, that's where they go, in the hood entertainment. It's in the hood entertainment.
Turn around, don't drown, because that can easily happen. Okay, Hal, you stay safe. Thanks so much.
Right.
Taking a live look right now at LAX. So far, 80 flights have been canceled. Over 300 have been delayed. Officials at LAX, Hollywood, Burbank, Long Beach, and Orange County's John Wayne Airport are all advising travelers to check with their airlines, of course, for possible flight delays or cancellations. At Ontario International Airport, it's a similar story. More than 65 flights were canceled, just over a dozen delayed. Southwest and Frontier have canceled their operations for the rest of the day, in fact.
So if that wasn't enough news for one day, we also had an earthquake in Southern California today. Did you feel it? All of this happening in the midst of this unprecedented tropical storm.
The 5.1 magnitude shaker was centered right near Ojai. Fox 11's Susan Harrisuna joining us now with more. Susan.
Well, Marla and Alex, Dr. Lucy Jones tells us that the Earth started moving yesterday with smaller shakers. Right now, she and her team at the Dr. Lucy Jones Center for Science and Society can only theorize what fault is responsible for the quake. She says that that area has quite the network of active faults. She suspects the San Cayetano fault.
It's capable of quite large earthquakes, and it seems to be the most likely association. The movement during the earthquake was what's called a thrust movement, with one side up and over the other. That's consistent with the San Cayetano fault.
All right, so this is what the shaker looked like in a home near the epicenter of Ojai. Pendant lights shaking from side to side. The shaking continued for several seconds there. Santa Clarita resident Joe Finfera described the quake this way.
It wasn't up and down. It was a kind of a side to side thing. So I kind of felt a little bit of like a vibration, and I felt that feeling before. And I looked at my closet, and my clothes were kind of, doing this. So it was kind of a side to side thing. I've experienced it.
Well, Finfera says he got notice of the earthquake after the shaking stopped. And if you think there was a
Okay, I know that we're listening there to some of that coverage from over at Fox LA, but now we're going to the question and answer portion and the latest when it comes to Tropical Storm Hilary and the officials there giving this latest update.
Governor, you said you didn't feel it. You were deep in the IE, but I'm curious to know your personal reactions as we're live right now on NBC.
Well, when we're in the middle of a natural disaster like we are, I think you roll with the punches. And actually, the building we're in is one of the safest buildings that's on rollers. So we felt it. The building rolled a little bit. But, as Angelenos, we rise to the occasion. So it was startling, but I knew that we were prepared to deal with both the rain and the earthquake.
I'm from San Francisco.
Competing earthquakes.
I think we all were sharing in a private conversation that we were all having the private conversation saying everything but ... an earthquake. No sooner did we say that, an earthquake. Look, we've been focused on earthquake preparedness for quite some time. We've invested tens of millions of dollars in new early warning system, the MyShake app. I would encourage anyone that hasn't yet downloaded the MyShake app to do just that. That's how I was actually notified. It's imperfect, but it's getting better all the time. But look, this state, this is what we prepare for, and you'll see the continuity of considerations as it relates to one emergency to the next. There's basic functions that are necessary. There's basic muscle memory that's well advanced. But yeah, as I said, these are interesting times. And when you add a tornado in there and you add lightning strikes, and we're dealing with burn scars that are recent up in El Dorado because of the Apple fire, you're dealing with massive floods that took more lives than all the wildfires combined in the last few years. The fact that we have mutual aid up in Oregon to deal with wildfires near the Klamath as we speak, and 100 plus people in Maui. The fact that we have 2 people that came from Florida. Thank you, Ron DeSantis, for sending 2 hurricane experts into the operations center at the state. It is one remarkable moment in time.
Governor, the status of the California National Guard.
I mean, they're best in class. 350 plus members are out there. Saw that convoy, as I said, coming out of National City. These are just remarkable young men and women. They coincidentally were all coming back from a training exercise, and we immediately redeployed them.
I'm not trusting this old remarkable moment in history ass nigga. What's up with Cuz? This is such a remarkable moment in history. Every time they talking, they try to drop the knowledge of what's going on. He come interrupt and talk about, it's such a remarkable moment in history. He's supposed to be the throw off nigga. That's why they had to send me. See, that's the Illuminati. I'm the black Illuminati. We the ones that got wiped out of history, blacked out. We the ones that's gonna tap in and make sure everything, goes how it's supposed to go. Don't touch the nigga with the Joker voice that keeps saying such a remarkable moment in history. Peace to the God. Yeah. Man, let's take a little music break real quick and get back focused.
Yeah. No breaks. Nigga. Crip Jesus. Amen. Yeah. I woke up in Mecca, looking at the sun, moon, and stars. White man flew to outer space, seeing faces carved in the planets like Mars. The script said they facing lips was like ours. Ours being black man, the black man is God. Arm, leg, arm, head, that spells a lie. Every time they see me, they make a wish I'm a star. No twinkle, just your cerebral. No cathedral, bring the truth, Beanie Siegel. Desert Eagle, under the dashiki. Pinky ring blinging, my money singing high notes. Benjamin Franklin, what y'all thinking? We ain't gon' reign supreme. Real hip-hop, like when Wu-Tang made cream. The same year Bloods and Crips showed y'all how to bang. I'm banging on wax, I'm stating these facts. I'm taking you back to a age in rap when you couldn't even rap. If you niggas tried to rap about the shit you niggas rap about now. Cause now these niggas rap without style. All this motherfucking cap, bro, I'm taking it down. And they don't even want no fade, now you turn it down. I'm about to blow this bitch up, bro, I'm counting it down. So take 10 rappers, hit them with 9s with 8 shots each, and 7 of them laid 6 feet deep. Let's go. You got it for 5, I got it for 4, and I got 3 left. So if you cop 2, you can get 1 more. Let's go. I'm so good with mathematics, got leave them asthmatic. Yeah, these niggas is ass backwards. Coward ass rappers, they should not try me. When I die, I wanna die like Muhammad Ali. Looking for me, I be with Mujahid Allah. That's his real name, it's on his ID. Yeah, that's the way it sound when we smoke a whole pound. And laugh at you fake rapping ass, capping ass, no bars, any bars inside the backpack ass rappers. Yeah, that's the way it sound when we smoke a whole pound. And laugh at you fake rapping ass, capping ass, no bars, any bars inside the backpack ass rappers. Yeah.
All right. It's time to resurrect. Let's go.
Oh my God, it's so cozy.
LA County too. We have 110,000 employees in LA County, and we sent an email last Friday urging everyone that could to work from home. So we should have less people out on the road as a result of LA County employees. I think we learned a lot during the pandemic that you actually can work from home. You can be productive. So if you can, stay home. But we do know, Mayor Bassett, the essential workers unfortunately do have to show up at work. And the less people on the road that don't have to be, it'll be better for them.
Any other questions?
Hi, Pat Hendrick with Snapchat's original series, Good Luck Los Angeles. I think every Californian at one point has said, we've got fires, we've got earthquakes, but at least we don't have hurricanes. And Gen Z is very known for making light of situations and saying that they're a little tired of the word unprecedented. What are your guys' personal thoughts or fears about what this means for California's environment moving forward in the next couple of years?
Well, we are fortunate that in our state and in our city, we do not debate climate change. We do understand that we are going to have unprecedented weather events around the country. And when we do, they are going to be strong, like what we're facing today. So I'm just, once again, always glad to be a Californian, glad to be an Angelino, because I do know in our state as well as in our city, we are doing everything we can to address climate change. Thank you.
Go ahead. You got about 20 minutes because look, I mean, Mother Nature bats last, she bats 1,000. She's chemistry, biology, and physics. If you don't believe in science, you got to believe your own eyes, as the mayor was saying. Just think, ask the folks up in Grizzly Flats, in Greenville, California, Paradise, California. Towns wiped off the map. Lahaina in Maui. There's no debate. There's no debating. The hots are getting hotter, the dries are getting drier, the wets are getting a lot wetter. And this is a new reality. The difference is there's no state better positioned to take responsibility to serve as an inspiration to the rest of the nation and the world. There's no subnational jurisdiction anywhere on the globe. 52 billion reasons I can back up that claim. Doing more to change the way we produce and consume energy and to address the issue, the fundamental issues of low carbon green growth as it relates to the issues of climate change. So I would say that to young folks, that we've got your back and we recognize our role and responsibility to do more and do better in this environment.
Council President, Parker Coyne.
Yeah, thank you. The one thing I would add is Los Angeles is very much leading the way. With LA 100, we've committed ourselves to 100% clean energy by 2035. We're leading the nation in our commitment to electrifying the transportation sector. We've done so much when it comes to changing our energy use here. And that's not just because we feel it's important to do our share of addressing a global problem. It's because it impacts us here locally as well. And if people haven't started to understand that yet, then as we have these continuing extreme weather conditions, as we become more vulnerable to extreme danger from fire, then I hope people will start to understand this is a global issue, but it's very much a local issue that we have to be locally committed to as well, and we are.
All right, last call. Thanks so much, everybody. As the mayor said, unless there's a different development, we will be here tomorrow morning for our next update at 8 a.m. Thank you.
There you have it, the latest out of LA. California experiencing a tropical storm after not having one for over 80 years. Now, a lot has gone into preparing residents in that area to be able to manage the storm. Take a closer look at that live look that I have on the right side of your screen. You really just see the magnitude and the power of those high winds.
It's all caused by the Son of Man. And because the Son of Man is not in tune with nature, which in the Egyptian tongue is Neter, God, he's not in tune with his high self, his God self. It is all out of whack in the sky right now. It's all chaotic. But in the midst of that, the lower self, the lowest of the lower self manifested in the flesh, you know, the opposite man, that other colored man, yeah, he's manipulating it. See, while we're trying to get back in tune with it, we're all chaotic and he's playing with it. This is his way of getting in tune with it because he doesn't have the cosmetic his body's not within that cosmic realm to even do it naturally. So he uses the ways to manipulate it mechanically, and that makes it even more chaotic. I mean, come on, man. We're dealing with chaos coming from several different ways. You feel me? Yeah, the mayor wasn't concerned. He knows what's going on. He's tapped in. They have the government actually has already admitted this. They have a certain technology called HAARP, HAARP.
Oh, I said HARR, HAARP.
I may be wrong too. You know what I mean?
Okay, it's one of those.
Yeah, it's one of the other for sure. I'm not like sitting down breaking it down all day. And this is why though, right? Me being the 5%er, you know what I mean? When I was studying with Supreme Understanding Out Loud, we was breaking down how we kind of more amazed by that because of how we was raised to not even think about that type of thing. But if you think about back in the hundreds of years ago or thousands of years ago, when you see the Indian dude, ooh, wah, 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 ooh, wah, wah, wah. If you take all that light and all that bullshit we got in the air right now, right, niggas will actually go on the mountain and try to cause enough commotion to shake a cloud. You feel me? They think if they could yell directly, you feel what I'm saying, and vibrate that motherfucker. So this concept of manipulating nature to get a certain reaction has been there, but however, you know, too much of anything ain't good. You feel what I'm saying? So just like with sugar, or when you take the coca leaf and make it some powder, or when you know what I'm saying, when you get to fucking with it. So that's what the HAARP is now. They didn't went to the point, bro, where they even got something called chemtrails, where they got these.
I'm going to leave you here again with a final look out of that camera that just shows the powerful winds. One of the most impressive cameras of the day today is just shaking it up there as we're looking over LA. Don't go anywhere. Live Now from Fox returns after this 2-minute break with more coverage on Tropical Storm Hilary.
They're not playing, man. It's really going down out here. You feel me? So, no. Peace to the guys, to the sun, moon, and stars.
Peace, God.
Salam alaikum wa alaikum salam. Rahmanullah, shamalama lama.
Thanks a lot, sir. Where we
Yes.
headed?
I heard they have subways here in LA.
In
similar
LA?
to New York.
Nigga, this is the West Coast. Ain't no subways out here.
Oh, cuz let Crip Jesus lead you the way.
All praises due to the blue guys. It's that real hip hop shit. It's that real Crip hop shit. Fuck around and see this clip pop quick. It's the motherfucking CRIPJESUS. The God in the flesh, I confess. Walk from Japan to Tibet, then to the west. I settled down in the set. It's on my chest. Tatted the big bad F to the death. In retrospect, I really was the best. Went to war with Japheth in Jerusalem. Right there in Morocco. With Mansa Musa in them. I empty the clip. Reload and get to shooting again. Like fuck the cops, we on the block with the Uzi again. With Tutu in them on the 11th Ave. No, I had to take it back. 04 when nigga snatch a nigga out his Apex for the chain. Shit, a nigga might break your neck and people tired of living month to month broke and saving checks. And money ain't worth the paper, it get printed on. My hair so big, I can't fit my fitted on. I get it on, run up on me nigga and get shitted on. Raindrops as you stare up from beneath the throne. Like Bismillah, it's the spirit of the hustle. Nipsey home, I might walk down the Slauson right now and put the 60s on. Why nigga? That's the type of shit we on. From the hundreds to the 3-0, we told big guns, we smoke. Nemo, find me like Nemo. Keep dough in the Jabos and the Avisos. There's none equal, my firearms illegal. If history is his story, the mystery is my story, nigga. And the mystery is 2,000 years ago, this nigga told y'all was God, y'all motherfuckers still ain't woke up. Fuck it, man. Peace to the guy. I'm about to bring my nigga to smack you niggas about your motherfucking big black ass dumb ass head.
Peace to the God, to the sun, moon, and stars. Yeah. Peace to the God. What up, look, hey yo, I'm a bad boy, live by bad boy rules. Family man carry toes like Rambo do. I got a lot to lose. You can rendezvous with Craig, Mac, B.I.G. and Macro. Whoa, tell me where the love go. Love connection, love love be faking in the motherfucking TV show. Like action camera too. Did the impossible. I walked around LA like Jesus in Jerusalem. Crips need Jesus too.
Bloods need Jesus too. God told me rap my ass off. What'd he say to you? Snoop told his baby boo. Wayne told baby too. Twist told Timberland, Magoo, and DJ Clue. I said I rap my ass off. I think I need a BBL. Drive to your city. I don't need me a CDL. Shit, grab a ticket. It's a show. If you see me fail, morning, call your doctor and tell him you ain't seeing well. Damn, what the fuck though? Tell me where the logo. If you out cruising, pull up on you like a tugboat. 5, 4, 3, 2. I let it all go. Get clipped in LA if you brave like Buffalo.
Let's go. Press play on that motherfucker, cuz. Yeah, keep all this shit, nigga. This nigga ain't pressing play, yeah.
Peace to the God, to the sun, moon, and stars. Peace to the God, to the sun, moon, and stars. Peace to the God, to the sun, moon, and stars. Peace to the God, to the sun, moon, and stars. Peace to the God, to the sun, moon, and stars. Peace to the God, to the sun, moon, and stars. Peace to the God, to the sun, moon, and stars.
I don't hear anything. Can y'all hear anything? Gotta figure this out real quick. Hold on. We need the volume. Okay, hold on. We're gonna have to reset the Black Illuminati real quick. Resetting the Black Illuminati real quick, please.
You know, when you're a black man in America, you gotta make something out of nothing, baby. You gotta wiggle, you gotta move, you gotta finesse, you gotta tap in. That part. Gold chains, heads wrapped like a Saudi. Tap in with the lokes. We the Black Illuminati. We be posted at Leimert Park, hustling, catching bodies. A dripping OT. Thirsty peaches flew to Saudi. Money schemes, my niggas had dreams of riding Bugattis. Now it's 4-finger rings supreme with kings around me. Watch me turn the metaphysical to physical. It's not just lyrical, it's literal. These guns get rid of you, the spiritual. Spit out, let drip off a nigga lip, but get up in you and rip you up like 100 hollow tips. Bismillah, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Elijah Muhammadeen. Had a dream last night on some other shit. Farrakhan and Malcolm X pulled up in the mothership. Talking about UFOs, black kings and queens that was rich as fuck, swimming in pools of gold. But niggas like you don't wanna hear that though. You were descended of one of them snitches or dudes that told the white man about all the fucking Jews and gold. And that's how everybody in the crew got sold. Fucking blabbermouth, I don't like his type. Pull that ratchet out, we tapping in. All these bitch niggas doing is tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out. Gold chains, heads wrapped like a Saudi. Tap in with the lokes. We the Black Illuminati.
So you see that one? Yeah.
Oh, we back at it.
That's that one, yeah. Back at it again. In the hood entertainment. You feel me?
Night, man.
That part.
Never know what's gonna bring.
See, I ain't know if it's in the hood music, in the hood clothes. That's where they go. In the hood entertainment. It's just in the hood entertainment.
It's everything.
We are expected to see things pick up. They said this is going to be a typical Santa Ana event, Rob, but wet. So we're used to seeing wind events like this. We're just not used to seeing them accompanied with rain and tropical damage. It looks like debris is on the ground around you. What sorts of damage, if any, can you see beyond your vantage point there, from what we can see?
Can y'all hear it? Let me get 777 if y'all can hear it.
Roads that have blocked
Or 666 if you can't, man.
And roadways. We saw
Y'all hear it?
one car completely swamped. You're up there waist deep of water, and these washes, as you know, all around Southern California, and especially here in the desert, they're being filled up with this rainwater. We got an inch of rain in an hour here, and then this next hour, we're pretty much getting similar sort of rain rates, and that is really heavy stuff for the middle of the desert. And you also feel the humidity here. This feels like a hurricane out of Florida. So it's a very surreal experience to be in the Palm Springs area and be experiencing this sort of weather right now. For the next couple of hours are going to be
Thank
dicey
you,
here for
beautiful
sure.
Empress.
We will see some more
Thank
trees
you.
down. We'll
Thank you,
probably see
Chiquita.
some power outages. Most of the power lines here are buried, but with this much water, some of those areas may be getting flooded. We might see power outages because of that. So it's going to be a mess here for the next 6 to 12 hours, guys.
Yeah, and we see the wind behind you. Any gusts, any really strong gusts that you've felt yet?
It's been gusting 30, 35 miles an hour at least. So we're getting certainly tropical storm force gusts. And we're right at the base here. So you go up in elevation any sort of bit, and that's going to feel a lot worse than that. But I mean, this really is the scene here across every street here in Palm Desert. So there's a lot of debris that's just coming down off these trees. And yeah, we have full trees in some cases that are all the way all down, and ground saturated, wind. It's not a good combination for falling trees. And that's, I think, the recipe we're going to have here through the overnight period, guys.
It's as surreal for us to talk about as it is for you to be out in it. Rob Marciano, thanks so much. We are not used to seeing Palm Desert, a place like that, in the middle of August on a Sunday, completely quiet. We might have seen 2 cars drive by the entire time Rob was reporting, and one of those was an emergency vehicle.
We're not used to seeing any of this. This is all new for us here in SoCal. In the midst of everything going on with Tropical Storm Hilary, we are following more breaking news. That 5.1 earthquake we've been talking about that struck near Ojai around 2:45 this morning.
As if we weren't awake already.
This afternoon, I should say, not this morning.
Right. We've gotten a lot of attention on this one now. Eyewitness News reporter Sophie Flay is live in Ojai with the latest, basically from close to the epicenter. Sophie.
Jory, Giovanna, people in LA County felt this earthquake, people in Ventura County felt this earthquake, and we are in Ojai, really at the center of where this happened, that 5.1 magnitude earthquake. Folks here tell me that they felt about 5 or 6 aftershocks. Definitely a scary way to start the day. Any aftershock is scary. And Ventura County officials have reported that there's no immediate serious damage, but of course some stores have seen things flying off the shelves. We're right outside of West Ridge Market here in Ojai. You can see behind me, it is open now, but they did have to shut down for about 2 hours to clean up the mess. Things had flown off the shelves, but again, they are reopened. So good if you need to run to the grocery store during this storm. But we want to show you some video that we had sent into our station. This is some video from a nanny cam of a family in Ventura. You can see that bed shaking. The dog is clearly on high alert from that earthquake, and there's 2 twins sleeping in that bed. The parents come in to grab them, to make sure that they're safe and okay. And then some other video that we want to show you is from Santa Paula. There was some damage, in stores there, things flying off the shelves, just like here in
That's what I was saying.
at
Because
West
look,
Ridge.
we have about 100,000 homeless people here in Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? So with all those homeless people in the middle of the street, down there, downtown, and all that, they're gonna just be getting flooded out, regardless whether it's the devil controlling making this, or it's us, or whatever. Like, we could argue about that all day on some intellectual shit. But what we need to be trying to figure out is how we're going to help our divine family that's trapped out there in the middle of the streets. We might need to get some tents and some covers and different things. We might need to do a little fundraising for them or something. You feel me? Because they out there stuck looking crazy. And they still running around trying to get high.
And we'll continue, of course, to update you as we learn more and find out
They
more.
still
about,
running around
what
looking
has
for
happened
it.
here
I
to
want to
them
rock. I
tonight.
want to
Of
rock.
course, the rain is also coming down. It's a hard day in Ojai today.
Peace to the
But again,
king,
we will continue
Jeremiah
to update you as
Rosenborough.
we learn more. Live in Ojai, Sophie Flay, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Sophie, thank you. And we continue to track Tropical Storm Hilary. Many areas have been seeing a rain and flooding.
The heaviest rains are making their way into our area right now. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter continues our live breaking news storm coverage live from Long Beach. Leanne.
Jory and Giovanna, the rain has been pretty steady for most of the day, but luckily it has been relatively light here in Long Beach, and that is exactly what officials have been hoping for. There is a lot of concern about flooding in this area because it is a pretty low-lying area, especially out here on the peninsula. Take a live look behind me here, and you can see where some of the preps they have in place. You can see a sandbag station here right at the beach at Claremont and Ocean. Take a look at the video, and this is what we've seen all afternoon, is just kind of a steady influx of residents coming in to get some sandbags to prevent any potential flooding. Each Long Beach resident is allowed 10 sandbags here at this spot. There are numerous sandbag locations and sand locations where residents can pick up some sand if they need it throughout the city. Officials really concerned about flooding in this area. They've also built up a berm along the coast because of any potential storm surge that may be coming in. The 1-2 punch is what authorities say they are really worried about. Heavy rain combined with those strong winds that are expected. Residents say that is why they are getting prepared.
The point is we want people to be ready. We want people to be prepared. But the interesting is, the thing we talk about this is not just for the weather event. We just had this earthquake, right? The preparedness message resonates with everybody. And it doesn't matter just about earthquakes or about a flooding event or a wildland fire. There's key things that people can do to prepare.
Yeah, that certainly is the case, as you heard that fire captain say. Several things to do. One of them is to make sure you get those alerts and you're on notice of any potential problems heading your way. That is the number one thing. Just be aware and be prepared. Now, there is one significant change here in the city of Long Beach so far, and that is that they have decided to suspend bus service beginning at 6 o'clock tonight until 6 a.m. tomorrow because of potential flooding. So that is one thing to keep in mind. So far, we have not heard of any serious problems just yet. But again, that main part of that storm has not reached the area. That heavy rain has not yet moved in. And that is what has so many here extremely concerned. Live in Long Beach, Leanne Suter, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Leanne, thank you. And we have the very person to talk about when the hardest rains will be arriving. Dallas Rains.
Well, we've already had a bunch of them, and we've survived those quite well. I was looking at some of the rainfall totals. Palm Springs had a little over 2 inches of rain. Remember, some of the computer models were going 5 and 6. Haven't seen that. I don't think that's going to happen. However, we have to be prepared for it just in case. The center of the storm is still located south of the border, but much of the heavy rain bands have been moving through the area today, and some gusty winds. We saw Rob's report a few minutes ago. Excellent report by Rob out there. All the palm fronds out.
My bad, I know the mic was muted. So for those that don't know, this is Hurricane Hilary, and it's basically centered at Baja, California, which is Mexico. That's beneath the border. It's just property-wise, California. Now, with all that being said, that's the coast, so it's making its way up. It's made its way up to Los Angeles. I know where I'm at is just a shitload of rain. Basically, everybody's outside where I'm at. They're not taking it seriously. Me personally, I've traveled through the country. I've seen floods and hurricanes, and I do take them seriously. Because to me, whether they're man-made or not, they still serious. Like, I've watched people die, cars float away, and you know what I mean? I don't move in fear, but I for sure ain't just, you know, hanging out and just, hey, hee, ha. You know what I'm saying? You know, I gotta stay on my naga, nigga shit.
So he's going freeze.
Send my OT niggas packs of cookies, buzz on buff like Tookie. Niggas pussy, I can't bring my pistol, tell them they can't book me. Niggas scary, playing Tommy Jerry, I'm on IG woofing. Yeah, it's peace, but I'm still in these streets. I'm a holy hustler, they want beef, I ain't no veggie guy. You know I'm a cookie, I'm Crip Jesus. Yeah, I know you heard about me, I'm the future. This ain't music, it's the scriptures to the last tribe of the killers, the gutter, the Naga tribe of the real niggas. Call the case, riding California place, Y80 out of state, call my plug, salam alaikum. Niggas, time for reparations. You stay safe, we staying dangerous. Dedicated to paper chasing, that's just how OGs raised. I'm the one in the garden that made Eve eat the apple. I'm big slime, I slime your mama if I have to. Niggas ain't outside, they in the house playing with vacuums. Better not go live before we slide and we come catch you. I'm the one in the garden that made Eve eat the apple. I'm big slime, I slime your mama if I have to. Niggas ain't outside, they in the house playing with vacuums. Better not go live before we slide and we come catch you. Like Wu-Tang mixed with Nipsey, kept with more bodies, more blickies. I tap in with G, body, get you bodied in 6 minutes. Dress up like Jehovah's Witness, knock on your door and go vicious. No, I came up out the trenches, running from pigs, hitting fences. We descendants of the dinosaurs and lizards, made through the storms and blizzards, surrounded by all my killers. They trapped us all in these prisons. We illuminated all the killers, initiate inside the buildings. We Rastafarian niggas. Selassie, I'm the one in the garden that made Eve eat the apple. I'm big slime, I slime your mama if I have to. Niggas ain't outside, they in the house playing with vacuums. Better not go live before we slide and we come catch you. I'm the one in the garden that made Eve eat the apple. I'm big slime, I slime your mama if I have to. Niggas ain't outside, they in the house playing with vacuums. Better not go live before we slide and we come catch you.
Pressure over Nevada. We have those we're going to see those in October, November. That's when the fire season really gets ramped up. But this is a tropical cyclone with moisture deep into the atmosphere. So when you go out there, it certainly doesn't, even if the wind is coming through a canyon at 20, 25 miles an hour, it doesn't feel like a Santa Ana wind because it's raining and it's moisture. But an interesting event, though, and great question about that. Yeah.
So most people around here, Dallas, don't have much experience with this kind of event.
Yes,
Hurricane
of
or
course.
tropical storm. Let's talk about the physics, the makeup of a storm as it's picking up speed. And you're talking about everyone's saying they expect the worst is still to come.
Yes.
Where on a hurricane is the worst? Obviously, the strongest is the top right, right?
Right, the northeast eye wall.
Right. How about the most rain though? Where can people worry about? Is it
that can occur within anywhere between 50 miles and 60 miles away from the eye wall?
Yeah.
But we've already kind of passed through that. And then we have near the eye wall, when you look at our storm now, this is not a typical tropical storm that you'd see coming up off of Florida, where there's still a nice eye wall located there and you have lots of instability. You know, this is the Southwest.
Yeah.
But we still have to keep the guard up, though. I mean, we don't want to relax here. Stay indoors. Let the storm finish its act through tonight and through tomorrow morning, and then we'll get that out of here. And I think we're going to be in really, really good shape.
So we could still get more rain and more winds
absolutely.
and some thunderstorms.
Oh,
perhaps.
absolutely. It can happen.
And in the mountains and on the east.
Yes. And right now, like I said, I was checking Big Bear. I think Big Bear at the airport's had about 3 inches, which is a lot of rain. But I haven't personally heard any flooding from the Big Bear Lake area. Have you?
No.
Okay, I haven't either. Let's see. Wrightwood has had about 4 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain for Wrightwood, too. But good shape. I mean, I think, relatively speaking, the fact that we're getting hit by a tropical cyclone, tropical storm, is amazing. There's the radar right there. You can see the kind of the big cyclonic spin moving up. But National Hurricane Center still likes the surface of this thing down south of the border a little ways, moving northbound. So kind of a strange looking configuration there. But you see a lightning strike in the desert area.
So the eye of this storm is still considered.
That's what they say.
Be at the border.
Moving south of just San Diego. But when you look at it, it certainly looks like the cyclonic twist there with the radar. It looks good for just about over us moving northbound. But at the same time, now this is an enhanced, what we call an enhanced IR, infrared satellite, and those are temperatures of clouds. And when you see the red clouds, those are the colder tops. And when you have colder tops, that's usually a heavier rain. So you can see it kind of lifting north. And when you look down near the center, what is being located by National Hurricane Center south of the border, you don't see a lot of red down there. Do you notice that?
Yeah.
And so it doesn't mean, though, it can't re-enhance as it moves out over the area, but it looks like a lot of the heavier precipitation is moving north of the system now.
So colder there, is it just looking through more cloud? It's higher elevation?
It uses infrared sensors to look at the actual temperature.
That's all machines. But at some point, you got to tap into the nature, the God, the self, the higher self, the highest self, the most high, and realize that it's all us that causes it.
Yeah. No breaks. Nigga. Crip Jesus. Amen. Yeah. I woke up in Mecca, looking at the sun, moon, and stars. White man flew to outer space, seeing faces carved in the planets like Mars. Crip said they face and lips was like ours. Ours being black men, the black man is God. Arm, leg, arm, head, that spells a lie. Every time they see me, they make a wish I'm a star. No twinkle, just your cerebral. No cathedral, bring the truth, Beanie Siegel. Desert Eagle, under the dashiki. Pinky ring, blinging, my money singing high notes. Benjamin Franklin, what y'all thinking? We ain't gon' reign supreme. Real hip-hop, like when Wu-Tang made cream. The same year Bloods and Crips showed y'all how to bang. I'm banging on wax, I'm stating these facts. I'm taking you back to a age in rap when you couldn't even rap. If you niggas tried to rap about the shit you niggas rap about now. Cause now these niggas rap without style. All this motherfucking cap, bro, I'm taking it down. And they don't even want no fade, now you turn it down. I'm about to blow this bitch up, bro, I'm counting it down. So take 10 rappers, hit them with 9s with 8 shots each, and 7 of them laid 6 feet deep. Let's go. You got it for 5, I got it for 4, and I got 3 left. So if you cop 2, you can get 1 more. Let's go. I'm so good with mathematics, got leave them asthmatic. Yeah, these niggas is ass backwards. Coward ass rappers, they should not try me. When I die, I wanna die like Muhammad Ali. Looking for me, I be with Mujahid Allah. That's his real name, it's on his ID. Yeah, that's the way it sound when we smoke a whole pound. And laugh at you fake rapping ass, capping ass, no bars, any bars inside the backpack ass rappers. Yeah, that's the way it sound when we smoke a whole pound. And laugh at you fake rapping ass, capping ass, no bars, any bars inside the backpack ass rappers. Yeah.
More of an awareness of, their audience as well. So,
And all that goes by the same way. Because a lot of people like to think social media and think that, because information is accessible, but it was always the gods, it was always the 5%, the ones pointing in the direction of where the knowledge was. So before people could even pick up the books and start saying certain things, certain concepts, we was always pointing people in that direction. And for that, a lot of times we get no credit. But as far as if you know history, we was the ones teaching that, from year one, because we taught that it's the why things are the way they are today. Right. As far as the consciousness, so-called conscious community, with the exception of a few brothers, Dr. Ben, Dr. Henry Clark, certain people who brought the information. But as far as us teaching who the original man, that was always in the atmosphere, and you didn't necessarily have to join us. You didn't have to be a registered Muslim or nothing. You could just stand around, hear brothers talk or rap, say it in the music, and you was getting knowledge of stuff some way, somehow. So as far as us, we've done our duty. It's still being done. So autonomously right now, where it's like it's the 85% appear like they're the ones teaching, but we put that into the motion.
You put that in the atmosphere, so that right. Praise God once again. Appreciate you.
If Mega did this.
Hell no. Wait, hold on. I want to apologize to Divine Family because, hold on, all that's caused by the Son of Man is the Bill degree in the 1 through 40. You're supposed to be talking about the weather. So let me type this in. You know what I'm saying? Let me type this in differently. Bill degree 1 through 40. Got me over here looking crazy. What's going on, man? I'm trying to shine. I'm trying to let the God shine. Hold on, man. Let me hit y'all with a music break real quick.
We was praying to the trap God. Like, tell me what is we to do? Shit, Crips need Jesus too. Standing on the block with a pocket full of work. Every Sunday, cause I never go to church. We was praying to the trap God. Like, tell me what is we to do? Shit, Crips need Jesus too. Standing on the block with a pocket full of work. Every Sunday, cause I never go to church. It feel like I'm on the sands of Egypt, just landed in Milan. Tell these hoes get down, kiss the ring of the dawn. Blue rag wrapped around my holy Quran. I was 17 with a $4 million bond. How you niggas gonna say my life ain't a movie, nigga? You see this Uzi, nigga? You see these yellow hoes that keep giving me throw while I count dough in these jacuzzis, nigga? Add that shit up, yeah, this real math. Damn, I wish they free my nigga Skillcraft. I was just sitting on the bump. The homie got life, I'm counting my last month. Thank the trap God. Like, tell me what is we to do? Shit, Crips need Jesus too. Standing on the block with a pocket full of work. Every Sunday, cause I never go to church, yeah. We was praying to the trap God. Like, tell me what is we to do? Shit, Crips need Jesus too. Standing on the block with a pocket full of work. Every Sunday, cause I never go to church, yeah. It feel like I'm on the sands of Egypt, just landed in Milan. Like, tell me what is
Running a small business takes grit and determination, and a communication solution from Spectrum Business. Just $59.99 a month for 600 megabits per second internet when bundled with Spectrum Business Connect, plus a free mobile line, all from Spectrum Business.
So God, what causes rain, hailstorm, and earthquakes? Or is caused by the Son of Man? What is it again? I'm part of self. I always bring this up when I get here because this is what gets me. The Son, who is the Son of Man? Is it Jesus?
The Son of Man is us collectively. Everything happens based on focus. We're not focused into one area, so our power is not refined. Like in that sense, we don't. Or better said, though, we don't know the refinement in our power.
We don't understand.
In other words, we don't know how we're focusing it, because weather does happen, but we don't know how we're doing it. Okay. What affects all? Look, the degree says gravitation. It's the key there. You want me to do some gravitation now? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it now. Wait. I just gravitated. I just caused gravitation. I changed the moisture in the air by breathing. You see? And when they have these tales of like Native Americans and they used to cause rain dances and stuff like that, right? These are people that knew about the environment. They knew about the environment they were dealing with, though, and they were dealing in large areas that they could control. And he said, wait a minute, that's too many variables. But look, minus industry, minus things that are built, like these buildings and stuff that cause a decay of the environment. When you walk outside, what are you walking on? You're walking on concrete and tar.
Yeah.
You know how much that destroys the environment?
Yeah.
Like, it just pollutes and ruins the reality of the environment. It's like the earth is like skin, you know what I mean? And when you put all this stuff on top of the earth, it starts to suffocate it. You know what I mean?
The rolls from the concrete.
So, you know, this is what we're dealing with, like as a planet and industrialized world. So when we go out there and say, yo, so you say you're just breathing, you're like, yo, I want it to rain now, you're just breathing. You said some dumb shit, I'm never coming here again, you know what I mean? But the thing about it is, like, if we go back to the original people, back to the times, ancient times, there's less variables, right? There's more of a knowledge. I said that, now I'm sneeze is coming out because it's like, so what I'm trying to do, we're trying to take gravitation all under my own breath. But the thing about it is, like, what makes everything mysterious in life is not that it's not mathematical, it's that it is mathematical. It's that it has too many equations. There's too many variables. Everything that's mysterious just has too much math. There's too much variables. There's too many things happening. That's why the first one the father said was like, forget all that civil rights, forget all that. You go, if you know yourself and know who you are, you've taken the greatest variable and made it set. And now every experiment, like Gandhi said, experiments with truth. That's all we do, right? We're scientists experimenting with high explosives, like the degree says, right? That means that what? We're what? Working with the world that we're in. The problem is we don't see how we affect it because there's so many other variables, which are other things that have been done that are still causing an effect.
They have a
you see what I'm saying?
The government actually has already admitted this. They have a certain technology called HAARP, HAARP.
Oh, I said HARR, HAARP.
I may be wrong too. You know what I mean?
Okay, it's one of those.
Yeah, it's one of the other for sure. I'm not like sitting down breaking it down all day. And this is why though, right? Me being the 5%er, you know what I mean? When I was studying with Supreme Understanding Out Loud, we was breaking down how we kind of more amazed by that because of how we was raised to not even think about that type of thing. But if you think about back in the hundreds of years ago or thousands of years ago, when you see the Indian dude, ooh, wah, 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 ooh, wah, wah, wah. If you take all that light and all that bullshit we got in the air right now, right, niggas will actually go on the mountain and try to cause enough commotion to shake a cloud. You feel me? They think if they could yell directly, you feel what I'm saying, and vibrate that motherfucker. So this concept of manipulating nature to get a certain reaction has been there, but however, you know, too much of anything ain't good. You feel what I'm saying? So just like with sugar, or when you take the coca leaf and make it some powder, or when you know what I'm saying, when you get to fucking with it. So that's what the HAARP is now. They didn't went to the point, bro, where they even got something called chemtrails, where they got these
way for whatever, in looking at the conditions of the ships, depending on whether it's a deep availability or it's a CMAV, or which is a less significant maintenance ability to determine costs and benefits to moving a ship and disrupting its maintenance. And so part of the calculus was moving the most readily available ships off the pier, so we can really focus on the ships that remain.
All right, now I want to get out live to some coverage over at our Fox partner, Fox 11 television over in the Los Angeles area. Let's listen in live, raw, and unfiltered.
At 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Christina, thanks so much for your reporting out there.
Coming up, we continue our coverage of Tropical Storm Hilary, and Gerard Moncray, it's impacting the sports world as well.
It is, that's right.
So we're all over the place with this shit, you feel me? I just want y'all to know it's real. You know, y'all watching across the country, like, okay, so what? No, y'all need to know because this hasn't happened here since 1939. There hasn't been a hurricane to hit LA since 1939. This is live. This is not some history lesson. This is the motherfucking future.
The city has opened the most emergency temporary shelters for unhoused Angelenos experiencing homelessness to provide relief from extreme weather since at least 2020. And we will continue to address these issues. Right now, it is critical that Angelenos stay safe and stay home unless directed otherwise by safety officials. Avoid unnecessary travel. In the event of life-threatening emergency, Angelenos should call 911. For impacts like roadway flooding, tree limbs blocking roads, or mudslides, Angelenos should request service online or by calling 311. And I know Chief Crowley will be providing an update on that and much more in terms of the status of our efforts. Like I said earlier, our emergency departments are unparalleled. So when an unprecedented disaster or disasters hit, know that we are ready. Thank you, and let me introduce Chief Kristen Crowley, the incident commander.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kristen Crowley, Fire Chief from the Los Angeles City Fire Department, and I'll be providing you a brief. As expected, we are experiencing a citywide increase in calls for service related to flooding, winds, and debris flows. Fortunately, we have had plenty of advance notice in this event, and we took the necessary forward-thinking steps, just as many of you did as well within the city. Our LA City Emergency Operations Center remains activated at a level 2 response, which means that all city departments have representatives working towards this mission around the clock in an all-city approach utilizing city departments to ensure public safety. We currently have nearly 100 personnel staffing these critical positions. In addition to all city agencies, we have representations from LAUSD, LAWA, Port of LA, and the National Weather Service here to help us make critical decisions. And as you can see behind me, we will continue to work with our local, state, and federal agencies. The teams we have here that are pre-deployed have been working throughout the day and the night to mitigate a variety of storm-related incidences in many parts of the city. And this augmented staffing will remain in place for as long as necessary. Fortunately, we have had no reports of any injuries or significant damage at this time. So here's a quick rundown of the significant LAFD storm-related emergency incidences. Earlier this morning, 2 cars were located in the flood control channel near Lincoln Heights. Our swift water rescue teams and urban search and rescue teams worked to search the vehicles and the surrounding area. No victims were found in the vehicles or any immediate area. However, during the search, one of our LAFD helicopters did spot one person in the water further down the river, outside of the city limits. Our partners from the LA County Fire Department performed a rescue on this particular individual, and our teams worked to ensure and remove that the car was removed from the wash. A number of wires down incidences have been reported throughout the city. The LAFD responds to evaluate the safety risk of each of these locations and then notifies our partners at DWP so that our emergency crews can then shut down the power if necessary and respond to make repairs as soon as possible. We have responded to a total of 2 debris flow incidences in Sherman Oaks area, which fortunately did not impact any structures. Large trees are susceptible to becoming uprooted as the ground becomes saturated, and we have had at least 1 topple over in the Westwood area so far. Tenants of an apartment building in Koreatown have reported a partial collapse of their roof, likely due to the weight of the accumulation of water. We have also received at least 15 reports of flooding in our area. Additionally, I have the following updates from our city partners. The Department of DWP are aware of power outages affected for at least 5,000 customers, and their teams are working to restore the power. The most impacted areas are in the Boyle Heights and Hollywood areas. The Department of Transportation has only 1 significant road closure to report at this time. This closure affects the Sepulveda Basin in the San Fernando Valley, specifically Burbank Boulevard between the 405 freeway and Havenhurst Avenue and Woodley Avenue between Victor Boulevard and Burbank Boulevard. The Department of Rec and Parks currently has 8 facilities operating as temporary shelters for our city's unhoused. All city parks and pools will remain closed until further notice. Our city's information system, the 311, is of course receiving an anticipated increased amount of traffic both from phone and online. There have been 170 requests for service so far today. And the Department of Public Works currently has 20 trucks responding to weather-related My LA 311 calls to flooding. So additional information. To the local media, officials' emergency public information can be found on our city's @Unified LA account, social media updates for emergency public information throughout the duration of this storm event. A list of fire stations with sandbags and sand is being updated on a regular basis at lafd.org/news. These supplies will be replenished on an ongoing basis. So far, heading into one of these locations, so make sure you check online prior to going because it is a moving target in regard to the amount of sand and sandbags that we can supply. As many of you are aware, in addition to our storm, we have experienced an earthquake at 2:41 p.m. centered in the city of Ojai in the Ventura County. Our fire department did initiate our earthquake mode, which prompts all of our fire station resources to conduct a survey by land, air, and sea, in which they will look at their individual districts to identify any potential threats or infrastructure issues. As of now, we have received no reports of any significant damage. So thank you to Mayor Bass for her leadership, and thank you to all of the city departments. We're working very, very hard to ensure that we provide our services to the city. Thank you to the elected officials as well as our state and county partners for their collaboration, support, and to make sure that we continue to ensure the services to our local area in Los Angeles. And as the storm approaches this evening, we continue to encourage you to stay informed, stay home, and also stay safe. Now I'll turn it over to the chair of LA County Board of Supervisors, Supervisor Janice Hahn.
Thank you, Chief, and thank you, Mayor Bass. I am Los Angeles County Supervisor Janice Hahn. I'm currently the chair of the LA County Board of Supervisors, and I know that for the last 3 days, it's been nonstop preparation between the city of Los Angeles and the county of Los Angeles. This is an all hands on deck approach, and I'm thankful for my partnership with Mayor Bass and the city of Los Angeles in getting the word out to all of our residents. We're also looking to continue to do this throughout the weekend. This morning, I signed our emergency declaration for Los Angeles County. And that means that we've activated the full extent of emergency powers for life and property. And critically, it means that we're signaling to the state and the federal agencies that LA County is ready to accept any assistance that they can give. And I know we have the full support of our governor. And I wrote this before I knew you were going to be here. Yesterday, Governor
I heard that she said declaration, state of emergency, basically. I don't think she verbatim said state of emergency, but if you understand what state of emergency is, she declared it. She says a whole new constitution and everything. They're signaling to the federal government. Oh, yeah. That's why you got to be careful and stay on your square. Ugh.
Now tell me who wanna fuck with us. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, we bang. That big bad Crip gang, nigga. Fuck all these bums stuck in the district, and we don't do cameras over here, daddy, that's snitching. Somebody should've told niggas, yeah, who really run the streets, who really be OT. Bitch, I got dope like Tootie Reese. Niggas better ask T4 about me. 03, Crip Jesus, Last Supper, let's feast. Niggas lukewarm in the streets, they really no bodies. They ain't got no bodies, I'm mob, I'm so gaudy. F's all over my body, I'm 50 down to the floor. These niggas be jealous, they bitches chose. Let my money talk for me, I don't do the rah-rah. Let my gun talk for me, blah blah blah. Laughing to the bank, nigga, ha-ha. Niggas always saying they got, bitch, I'm Allah. Niggas caught me slipping at the barbershop. I should've murdered everybody in the parking lot. But they had cameras out and niggas talk a lot. I like the etch a sketch with the tech, chalk them out.
Me know them no want no problem. The boy bring a camera, cause they no dangerous. Them a them no want no problem. The boy bring a camera, they know we dangerous. Swing, shibbity babbity, shibbity babbity, shibbity babbity, 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 shibbity babbity, whoa. Swing, shibbity babbity, 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 like Chris on the figure roll, babbity, 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 shabba, dabba, gabba, gabba, dabba, on your mama, your face, nigga, whoa. On hood, ha.
people are concerned about our unhoused residents. Well before this storm, LA County teams from our homeless initiative have been doing face-to-face outreach, going encampment by encampment, tent by tent, and moving individuals away from the flood control channels and onto higher ground. Our Parks Department is open to shelter at Pamela Park in the city of Duarte, and our homeless initiative have also augmented the winter shelter system. So if you're watching this and you need somewhere to go or know someone who does, this may be an option. And in the county, call 211. I know in the city, you dial 311. But for those of you not in the city, dial 311. Another area of concern for, I think, all of us has been Catalina Island. And this afternoon, the last boat from Avalon to the mainland to Long Beach and San Pedro ports left the island. I've been in touch with Mayor Annie Marshall of Avalon, but we have spent the last 2 days vigorously encouraging residents of that island and tourists alike to leave and come to the mainland. We are concerned because there is one power plant on the island run by Southern California Edison, and if that becomes flooded, then there will be a massive power outage on that island. But most residents have decided to stay and shelter in place, but our LA County teams are there to assist them on site. We've added personnel with our LA County Sheriff's Department and our LA County Fire Department.
All right, that update there from officials over in Los Angeles County. Here's a shot there of the pier over in Santa Monica, California, as that storm begins to approach. Let's turn over now to our partners over at Fox Weather, who are tracking the latest on those high winds being brought in by Tropical Storm Hilary.
That is eventually going to threaten portions of the Gulf Coast. But you can see, as we typically do this time of year, you get these disturbances that roll off of the western coast of Africa, and they continue to push into, in some cases, a conducive environment for growth, or not so. Now, some of these aren't expected to be much, especially if they're going to be pivoting like Emily further off to the north, where you still have quite a bit of dry Saharan dust. But for those that are going to be into an environment where maybe they can get a little bit of steam and organization, we are going to be watching for potential impacts. In particular, this is Tropical Storm Franklin. So you notice here's Puerto Rico right here. We are just away, just to the west of the islands there, right here, of the Windward Islands. Everything is continuing to head west-northwest. It is a tropical storm, so that was the update that we got today on Sunday. But if this all ends up being and playing out the steering mechanism, this is one that'll work at least in the U.S.'s favor. Now, the island of Hispaniola obviously still needs to pay attention because we are talking about a tropical storm in this case, but it is expected to move further out to sea and not be an impact, at least to U.S. land. Tropical Storm Franklin right here. We do have some tropical storm watches for Haiti and the DR that have already been issued. We have Tropical Storm Emily. Not as concerned about Emily, but again, getting a name earlier on this Sunday. And then we'll talk about where Emily's expected to.
It was written in the end that the sun would rise from the west. I am the sun, and this is the west. Crip Jesus. Yeah.
Dread the God, the God. Dread the God, the God. Dread the God, the God. Dread the God, the God.
Niggas ain't ready for revelations. This the Bible last few pages. This when God sit down with Satan. This the last secret of the Masons. This the moment Eve met the snake in. This the resurrection of your savior. This the last warning to the nations. Beware of the bombs they be detonating. I'm getting head smoking bomb while a nigga waiting for them to blow this bitch up and leave on a spaceship. I've been anxious, waiting and waiting for all of my killers that stuck on plantations. You call that shit prison, we call that shit slavery. You cannot confuse me, these devils can't break me down. Hold up, we do not want reparations. Tell them devils keep their pieces of paper. We want back the land, we want back our culture. We want them to get the fuck out of our faces. We want them to get the fuck out of our nation. Tired of catching these cases, the running, the chasing, the beating, the macing, the kicking, the tasing. The police say haters, even the black ones is racist. They wanna murder us all. That's cause they know we the guns. We in the sky with the stars. Alhamdulillah. They wanna murder us all. That's cause we young and we born. That's cause we shining so hard. Allahu Akbar. Just make the trap say amen. Man, look at all these black faces. You know we the lost tribe of Jacob. This ain't gospel, this ain't Kirk Franklin. It's the real nigga, you been waiting. It's the moment Goliath for the David. This was written in the pyramid by the sages. Niggas ain't ready for reparations. There's someone in store. The white man flew out of space and he seen faces carved in the planets like Mars. The description of they face and lips was like ours. You know the black man is God. Arm, leg, arm, head spells Allah. Every time you see me make a wish, I'm a star. Yeah, that's a bar. Ain't wanna murder us all. That's cause they know we the gods. We in the sky with the stars. Alhamdulillah. Ain't wanna murder us all. Just cause we young and we born. Just cause we shining so hard. Allahu Akbar. Revelations, all shall be revealed. There is no beginning, there is no ending. This is just one part of it. Ain't wanna murder us all. That's cause they know we the God. Crip Jesus. We in the sky with the stars. Alhamdulillah.